Tarapiya Kavi Krishna Dasa Krishna Rasa Priya Vara Naratama Seva Para Jarapara Vishwanatha Yasha Vishwanatha Bhakta Sata Baladeva Jagannatha Tarapiya Shiva Vinaya Mahavagavata Vara Shikara Kishara Vara Jaramoda Shivashana Vani Vara Sara Sevya Sevya Para Tahara Daita Dasanama Prabhupada Yantaranga Shisvarupa Ruparuga Shikeshava Bhakati Pragyana Gaudiya Vedanta Vetamaya Varakamata Kurvani Prachara Chadama Prachalila Guravani Bhakati Vedanta Swami Purahila Prabhupada Kama Keshapriya Mahajana Vamanarayana Puravani Tare Pranatana He Sabahari Jana Kalangera Nija Jana Tare Juste Marakama Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara Page 36, we're going to sing it all together. Try to do that. 36, the Vaishnavanta. I'm just figuring out the harmonium for a second. Vrindavanava Vasi Jata Vaishnaveragana Pratame Vandana Kori Savara Charana Nilachalavasi Jata Mahaprabhagana Prumite Pariyavanda Saparacharana Navadipavasi Jata Mahaprabhu Bhakta Sabaracharana Vanda Hayayanurakta Mahaprabhu Bhakta Jata Garadeshastite Sabara Jai Deshe Jai Deshe Vaise Gorangera Kana Udvabahu Kari Vanda Savara Charana Hoya Chena Hoyi Vena Prabhu Jata Jasa Savara Charana Vanda Pamanta Tarite Shakti Jane He Vede Purane Gunagaya Jevashune Mahaprabhu Gana Sab Patita Pavana Taila Vimui Papilo Inasharana Vandana Korite Mui Kata Shakti Dari Kama Bude Doshe Mui Damba Vachakori Tatapi Mukera Vagyamana Ulasa Nakshakshami Mawatam Parani Jadasa Sarva Vancha Siddhi Haya Yama Banja Shute Jagate Dulabha Hoya Prema Jana Lute Manarava Sanapana Achirate Hoya Devakinandana Das Ela Bekoya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur That's one that's all together too, right?
Yeah, I think we do all of them all together.
Okay.
For this, and then we can do the Jai Kartik.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So we're doing all together page 200. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Kori Swapashara Sviyadama Sahayavatari Atyantadulabha Prema Parivaridana Shikaya Saranagati Bhakatera Prana Danyayatmani Vedana Bhakti Fevarana Avasharakshi Krishna Vishwasapalana Bhakti Anukula Macha Kayara Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Vajanangikara Sharanga Sharanagati Hoi Veja
160 something. Mm, 156. Close.
No, I want someone else to sing. Please sing.
Kali kukura kadan jadi chahe. Can I play Mridanga?
And then this can be like, oh, well, you probably will need a stand for the mridanga, yeah.
Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhayana Shana Shri Sachinandana Kau Hai Shana Shri Sachinandana Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhayana Shana Shri Sachinandana Kau Hai Gadadhara Madana Nitayera Pranadhana Advaitera Prabhu Jita Gora Nimai Vishvambhara Srinivara Ishvara Bhakata Samuha Chitta Chora Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhaya Nashana Shri Sachinandana Gahe Nadiya Shashadhara Mayapura Ishvara Nama Pravartana Sura Grihijana Shikshaka Nyashikula Nayaka Madhava Radha Bhavapura Sarvabhama Shodhana Gajapati Tarana Ramananda Poshana Vira Rupananda Vardhana Sanatana Palana Haridasa Modhana Dhira Kali Juga Pavana Kali Bhaya Nashana Shri Sachinandana Go He Brajarasa Bhavana Tushtamata Shatana Kapati Vigatana Kama Shuddha Bhakta Palana Shuksha Jnana Tadana Chala Bhakti Dushana Rama Kali Juga Pavana Kali Bhaya Nashana Shri Sachinandana Go He Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhaya Nashana Shri Sachinandana Go He Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Kali Yuga Pavana Gaura Hari Kali Yuga Pavana Gaura Hari Jaya Kali Yuga Pavana Prabhupada Kali Yuga Pavana Prabhupada Jaya Kali Yuga Pavana Guru Deva Kali Yuga Pavana Guru Deva
page 343. Okay. So it's 343, and then after we're going to jump to 341. Okay. Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Man Manasa Madhukarama Paya Nijapada Pankaja Makarande. Manasa Madhukarama Pankaja Makarande. Krishna Deva Pavandram Vande. Krishna Deva Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Yadyapi Samadhishu Vidirapi Pashati Natava Nakagamarichim. Yadyapi Samadhishu Vidirapi Pashati Idami chamini shamyatava chuta tadapi kripa bhuta vichin. Idami chamini shamyatava chuta tadapi kripa bhuta vichin. O Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Pavantam Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Bhaktirudan Chatiyajapi Madhava Natvai Mamatila Madri. Bhaktirudan Chatiyajapi Madhava Parameshvara tadapi tavarika dugata gatana vidhatri. Parameshvara tadapi tavarika dugata gatana vidhatri. O Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Hayamavilolataya Jasanatana Kalita Bhuttara Sapada. Hayamavilolataya Jasanatana Kalita Bhuttara Sapada. Nivasatu nityamritamrita nindini vindan madhuri masaram. Nivasatu nityamritamrita nindini vindan madhuri masaram. O Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Krishna Krishna Deva Pavantam Vande. Mana Manasa Madhukarama Paya Nijapada Pankaja Makarande. Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Madhava Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Damodara Rathi Vadana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vinda Vipineshe Radhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Rishabhanudadi Navashashi Leke Lalita Saki Gunaramita Vishake Navashashi Leke Lalita Saki Gunaramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Varite Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Kuru Mai Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Varite Shirupa Sanatana Varnita Charite Karuna Varite Shirupa Sanatana Varnita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite O Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Vrishabhanunandini Radhe Radhe Vrishabhanunandini Radhe Radhe Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo O Krishna, O Deva, I am offering a prayer to you. Kindly place the bee of my mind within the honey of your lotus feet. Although Brahma, in full samadhi, cannot catch a glimpse of even a ray of the effulgence emanating from the tips of your toenails, still, O Achyuta, having heard of the waves of your astonishing mercy, I long to receive your grace. O Madhava, although I don't possess even a sesame seed of bhakti for you, still, since you are the supreme controller, you can make the impossible possible. O Sanatan, because your lotus feet are filled with the most wonderful ras, let the bee of my mind always reside unwaveringly in the nectar, which puts everything else to shame, for they are the essence of all sweetness. O
Radha, all glories to you. O beloved of Madhava, your glories are sung by the circle of the youthful maidens of Gokul. O you whose attire increases Damodar's affection. O queen of the Vrindavan forest, you are the pleasure garden of Sri Hari. From the ocean of Rishabhanu Maharaj, you arise like the new moon. O dearmost friend of Lalita, O you who captivate the heart of Vishaka with your charming qualities. Bestow your compassion upon me, O you who brim with compassion. Your transcendental qualities and character are described by Sanaka and Sanatan.
Page 289. Suchara Bhakcha Mandalam Sukarnarat. All together. Suchachitanga Chandana Namami Nandanandana Sudhirgane Chapankajam Siki Sikandamodajam Ananga Koti Mohanam Namami Nandanandanam Sunasikagram Swachanda Danta Panktikam Navam Budanga Chikanam Namami Nandanandanam Karena Venuranjitam Kati Karenja Ganjitam Dukula Pita Shoanam Namami Nandananam Trivanga Deha Sundaram Nakaduti Sudhakaram Amuyarana Vushasam Namami Nandanam Suganda Angasarabha Muro Viraji Kostubam Swarat Shrivanchalonchana Namami Nandanandanam Vrindavana Sunagaram Vilasanugavasasam Sorendra Garbhamojana Namami Nandanandanam Prajangana Sunayakam Sada Sukha Pradayakam Jaganmana Pralovanam Namami Nandanam Srinandanandanastakam Patet Yasharayanvita Taret Bhavavidushta Taret Laraiva Yogdana Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanam Page 285. Namami Nandanandanam Munindra Vrindivandite Trilokashokarini Prasana Vakcha Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasini Brajendra Bhanunandini Brajendra Sunu Sangate Kadakari Sasiyamam Kripakataksha Vajanam Ashoka Vakshavalari Vitanamanda Pastite Kavala Vala Palava Prabharunangri Komale Parabhayas Parakare Prabhuta Sa Dasham Brahman Dirghantabana Nirantaram Vashikrita Prititi Nanda Nandane Kadakari Sasiyamam Kripa Katakshabadanam Tadit Suvarna Champaka Pradipta Gora Vigrahe Mukha Prabha Parasta Koti Saradendu Mandale Vichitra Chitra Sanchara Chakora Savalochane Kadakari Sasiyam Kripa Katakshabha Madan Madati Yovane Pramodamana Mandite Priyanuraga Ranjite Kalavilasa Pandit Ananya Danya Kunjaraja Kamakevi Kovide Kadakari Sasiya Kita Ashesha Hava Bhava Dira Hira Hara Bhushite Prabhuta Sata Kumbha Kumbha Kumi Kumbha Sus Kasastamanda Hasya Chorna Purna Saukya Sagare Kadakari Sasiya Nalavalari Taranga Ranga Dorlate Tatagralasya Lola Nila Lochana Valokan Lalan Lulan Milan Manogya Mugdhak Mohanashite Kadakari Kasiya Kripakatakshabarana Suvarna Malikanchita Chireka Kambukantage Trisutra Mangali Guna Triratna Dipti Dirite Salola Lola Tala Prasuna Gucha Gumpite Kadakari Nitamba Bimba Lamba Mana Pushpa Mekalagune Prasasta Ratna Kinkini Kalapa Madhya Mandule Karindra Sundadanti Kavaro Asoga Goruke Kadakari Sasiyamam Kripa Katakshabar Aneka Mantra Nada Mantra Nupararavaskalat Samaja Raja Hamsa Vamsa Nikvanati Gauri Vilola Hema Valari Viram Vicharuka Kadakari Nanta Koti Vishnu Lokra Namra Padma Jarchite Imadrija Palomaja Virincha Jara Prade Apara Siddhi Riddhi Digdha Satpadangulina Ke Kadakari Sasiya Kripa Katakshavajana Makeshwari Kriyeshwari Swadeshwari Soreshwari Shri Veda Bharatishwari Pramana Sasane Rameshwari Shameshwari Pramana Bananeshwari Vajeshwari Vajari Pe Shirari Ke Namostute Iti Mam Adbhutam Stavam Nisamya Bhanu Nandini Karotu Santatam Kripa Kataksha Bhajana Paveta Daiva Sanchita Chirupa Karma Nashana Veta Brajendra Numandale Pravesha Kripa Kataksha Siyamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Damadahastakam.
290.
Yeah.
290. 290.
Can you play card toss? So we have two.
That's okay.
I can see. I just want more card toss. Otherwise the crouton's all like kind of dead. You want to sing? Okay.
You want to sing?
Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Vijolukaladavamanam Paramnistam Antyatato Drudya Gopya Yashoda Vijolukaladavamanam Rudantamurnetra Yugma Mrijantam Karamboya Yugmena Satankanetram Antamurnetra Yugma Mrijantam Satankanetram Muwasakam patrire kankakantam Sita Graibodamodaram Bhaktivadam Sujakam patrire kankakantam Sita Graibodamodaram Bhaktivadam Iti Driswalila Vid Ananda Kunde Swagoshani Mayantang Agyapayantang Ilavir Ananda Kunde Swagoshani Mayantang Agyapayantang Tadiya Sita Yesu Vatarjitadman Puna Prematastvang Sata Vritti Bande Sita Yesu Vatarjitadman Na Prematastvang Sata Vritti Bande Varandeva Mokshang Na Moksha Vadima Na Chanjamrine Hambare Sarapiha Deva Mokshang Na Moksha Vadima Idante Va Purnata Gopalavalam Sada Me Manasya Virastanking Anjay Demba Purnata Gopalavalam Sada Me Manasya Virastanking Anjay Idante Va Purna Nilay Britang Kuntalay Sniharatai Syagopyam Ante Mukamboyang Adyanta Nilay Britang Kuntalay Sniharatai Syagopyam Kripa Tumbitam Bimbaratadaramne Manasya Virastang Alang Lakshalabay Natadarame Manasya Virastang Alang Lakshalabay Namo Devada Modarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhuduka Jalagdimanam Devada Modarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhuduka Jalagdimanam Kripa Drishti Vrisyati Dinam Vatanu Grihane Samangagyang Edyasidisya Padreste Vrisyati Dinam Vatanu Grihane Samangagyang Edyasidisya Kubera Mayor Vadha Mutvai Vajadva Tvayam Myochito Vatim Vayo Kritocha Kubera Mayor Vadha Mutvai Vajadva Tvayam Ito Vatim Vayo Kritocha Tata Prema Vatim Swakam Me Prajasya Namokshe Graho Me Stira Modareha Prema Vaktim Swakam Me Prajasya Namokshe Graho Me Stira Modareha Namaste Sudane Spura Diptidamne Twadi Yodarayata Visvasyadamne Namo Tudamne Spura Diptidamne Twadi Yodarayata Visvasyadamne Namo Radhikaya Twadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tuvyam Jaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tuvyam Namaste Studane Spura Dittidamne Tvadi Yodaraya Visvasyadamne Studane Spura Dittidamne Tvadi Yodaraya Visvasyadamne Nama Sachit Anandarupam Lasa Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam Lasa Kundalam Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jayo Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Radhe, Damodara Radha, Damodara Radhe, Jayo Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Radhe, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Bihari Ji ki, Radha Damodar ki, Guru Parampara ki, Srimati Shamarani Didi ki jai. Yes. To the Supreme Controller who controls. Oh, I need to.
So Hare Krishna, thank you all, especially the guests, for coming. Who are the two people in the back? Were you from last night?
Yes, at the pop-up shop.
Yeah, you met her and good. What inspired you to come?
Woke up this morning and had it on my heart.
All right, thank you. What are your both names?
I'm April.
My name's Edwin.
April Edwin. Okay, very nice to see you.
I've been studying the Upanishads for quite some time now.
Oh,
Yeah, to the point where I've actually had my own tattooed on my arm.
okay, fantastic. So, April Edward. Everybody else, Edwin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you I know, you've been here before, haven't you?
Just one time.
Okay.
I just moved just a block down the street.
You serious?
I didn't even know this was here. It's God's grace. I just moved a block away.
Well, you're from India, right? Fantastic that you're here. You can come for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you like, every day. And we have morning programs, evening programs every day.
You'll see me more often.
Wonderful. What's your name?
My name is Sid.
Sid. Okay. Is that short for something Indian?
For Prasid.
Prasid. Prasida.
Yeah, originally from Buddha's name, from Siddhartha.
Oh, okay. Great. Fantastic. All right. So, for all our new guests, what we do before we start the class is we say a few prayers to invoke the presence of our disciplic succession of self-realized gurus and our gods and goddesses, that they might make their presence here so that they're always here, but make their presence felt so that we can all get the benefit of their presence and the power for a successful meeting. Okay? So here we go. Agyanam timirandasya Jnananjana salakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Twadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Taya Namo Namah. Yang Pravrajantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taruajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taruvo Benedos Tang Sarvabhu Hridayam Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Bhina Aparada Lakshay Chiptascha Kamadi Tarangamadhe Kirpamaitam Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavoivasmi Najivamitam Bina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charanantike Angashamalim Chatabirabito Mandi Kritendi Varam Jadyam Jagudarochi Sampagaditam Patambarasya Sriya Vrindaranya Vilasinam Radilatatayam Modaram Radha Skandani Veshito Jalabhujam Dhyayamadhamodaram Dhyayamadhamodaram. So first I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same humble obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful, instructing spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and Sri Srimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. To Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, and to our grandfather gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Yeah, the baby is so smart. She was born very auspiciously, and now she just wants to say the prayers at such an early age. And to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees. And the assembled devotees, initiating gurus who are my instructing gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. And to all of you and to all our guests. All right, so while we were saying the prayers, I was remembering what Edwin said, that he's been studying the Upanishads for some time now. So, Isha, Upanisha, means the Supreme Lord. And so these are ancient wisdom books about our relationship with the Supreme Lord. So, just to let you know, we have two favorite of all the 108 Upanishads. We here have two favorites. One is the Ishopanishad, and one is the Gita-upanishad. Have you heard of them? Okay, so in the Ishopanishad, Isha means God, and Upa means near. So it's that knowledge which brings us closer to the Supreme, because we're part and parcel of Him. We come from Him, we emanate from Him, but we have forgotten Him since the beginning of time. So scriptures like the Ishopanishad gives that knowledge by which we can get our memory of Him and see that He is our all in all, because there's nothing outside of Him, according to the Upanishads. So the invocation of the Ishopanishad is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He's completely perfect, everything that emanates from Him is complete in itself. Like there are many, guess what? Many universes that emanate from Him, and they're all complete. One universe doesn't have to import anything from another one. We have the sun, we have the moon, we have the clouds, the rain, heat, drought, oceans, and everything we need. So, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, here's a classic example, is the sun. The the sun has been emanating like billions and zillions and uncountable degrees of heat since the beginning of time, but it hasn't gotten cold. It's still the hot sun. So what to speak of the Supreme? This is just, sun is just a reflection of his brilliance and power. So even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. And then we come to the first verses that everything in existence is owned and controlled by the Lord. So one should only accept those things which are necessary for maintenance and not desire anything else, knowing well to whom everything belongs. If one goes on, next verse, if one goes on living in this way, then he can live for hundreds of years without getting any karma. Karma means, you know that, right? Karma means action and reactions. So you throw a ball up, it comes down by the law of gravity. You kill somebody, you go to jail, or you used to get the electric chair. Everything has a reaction. No one can do any good deed or bad deed without getting something back from the universe, and especially from the controller of the universe, that is God or Krishna. He's called Krishna, which means the reservoir of all truth and pleasure, the one without a second absolute truth. If he had a second, he wouldn't be God, and the different gods would quarrel for supremacy, just like our various government leaders are doing. But he's the one without a second. So one can go on living in this way if he practices according to the first verse, because he's not getting any karma. That is, he becomes immortal by his activities. And then we go on that the Supreme Lord has hands, has no hands, but still he can reach out and get anything he wants. He has no legs, yet he can run faster than all others. He's fixed in his abode, and yet he's spread everywhere. He's in each and every atom. So this is the inconceivability of the Supreme Lord. And we're very lucky that we're part and parcel of him, and that we're not part and parcel of this world. So we don't really have to worry about all the tension that's going on in the world. Countries fighting each other, cities fighting each other, politicians fighting each other, families fighting each other. So the mind in turmoil, even if nothing else is going on. But we don't really have to worry about that. And if anybody else is worrying about it, we don't have to get into it because everybody else in the world is full of fear. So what do we have to do? I mean, we do have to help people, don't we? So how do we help people? Just like suppose you're having a slumber party with your friend, and then your friend falls asleep and he's dreaming of a tiger running after him. Help, a tiger is running after me. So do you have to get into it with him and say, yeah, run this way and run that way? Absolutely not. What you do is you shake him and wake him up, and then everything is fine. So then Isopanishad goes on to say that, what's the next verse? Yes, anyone who knows that everything is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and he is within everything, and everything is within him, there's no anxiety for that person. There's no envy for that person. If he knows that everyone belongs to God, to Krishna, because God is more than the controller of everything, more than the Christian concept of God. Rather, he is the supreme truth. There's nothing outside of him, even these universes. Everything is within him, and he manifests them outside. Even his energy. He has an unlimited pleasure energy, an intrinsic energy that makes it possible for him to be his version of the sun. Like the sun has a sun planet, the sun has a sun disk, which is just the shape. That is, here in Miami, if I look up now, it's like almost noon, a little after noon, the sun's going to be right overhead. And if somebody from India looks up at the sun's going to be over his head. That's the sun disk. It's neither in Miami nor in India. It's, you know how the scientists say it's 92 million miles away or something like that? Well, actually, it's much, much further away than that. And it's much, much greater and bigger than we conceive it. Because even though the scientists who are speculating their way through life tell us certain things about science, we learn from the Vedic science a whole different world. That the sun has a sun god, and the sun god is like, let's say there's a company, and the company makes electricity, so there are all these little suns here. See them? All these little suns that light up the room. So similarly, the sun has a controller called the sun god, and he not only makes his own planet bright, but so many billions of miles away, he makes our planet bright. So imagine the power of that personality. And so imagine the power of the controller of all controllers. If we want to jump to the Gita Upanishad, Krishna says there that I control the rain and the heat and the drought. I am the beginning and end of everything. Gatir Bharta Bahu Shakshi. I am the master, the witness, the abode, the most dear friend, the creation, the annihilation, the resting place, and the eternal seed of everything. And that's just like a hint of the Gita and the Upanishad. We have these English translation of those two books here, so if anybody wants to get them, along with about 70 other books that we have, translations of the ancient Vedic wisdom books, then you can avail yourself at the end of the program. Yes?
And the sun is moving very fast upon a chariot, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't want to get too much into that, because already we're talking about some inconceivabilities. And I didn't want to blow people's mind too much. But according to the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of the Vedic literature, it describes just what he says. That he's riding on a chariot with horses, and he has a driver. His driver's name is Aruni, like the sunrise. Okay. All right, yeah. Can I see? I think that's, is that Prithu Maharaj?
You are right.
Okay. Oh, Priyavrata. We don't have a painting of the sun god. All right, so basically Sundays are Q&As, questions and answers. So I'd like to know if there are any questions and answers by anybody with a priority to the guests. They could be life questions. Well, how come I have to suffer anyway? They could be philosophical questions. Why do I have to die? So, awaiting for questions. And sometimes people are shy to ask questions. What if it's not that great a question and people don't think it's such a great question? But I'll bet you that everybody will be happy that you asked the question and they didn't have to ask the question.
Easy question.
He already started. He has the mic.
Sorry, I'll pass it back after. So
Loud.
I have two questions. So the first one is like coming from my parents. So I've like since changed my diet and started living more in alignment with like Gaudiya Vaishnavism and changing my lifestyle a little bit. My both my dad and my mom, like my dad yesterday was telling me, he was like, "Oh well, why?"
What?
Oh
Speak
yeah,
louder.
sorry. Yeah, I'll speak
Very
louder.
loud.
Sorry. Okay, no problem. I'll project. So yeah, my both my dad and my mom are always like questioning like my dietary choices and stuff. And yesterday my dad was like, "Well, can you eat sardines?" And I'm like, "No, I can't eat sardines." And he's like, "Well, I was researching and sardines don't have a nervous system, so technically it could be fine if you'd eat them." And I don't like it's so hard to like explain to him like why. Like so that's like number one question is like how to explain to other people why Krishna conscious individuals, people that study Gaudiya Vaishnavism, choose a vegetarian lifestyle and way of eating. And I know it has to do with being in the mode of goodness and stuff like that. But that's question number one.
Can you hear Edwin?
Yeah.
Can you hear now?
Can I hear him?
Can you hear now?
Barely. Sorry.
I'll repeat.
I apologize. My hearing is.
No, I'll repeat his question. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
So that's question number one. Do you want to answer the question first, or should I just ask the second question? Okay. So the second question, I was driving here today, and I actually took a wrong turn, and then I ended up going past like this nightclub that's like always like there's a bunch of people always in front of it, and it's like I don't know, it's like the morning and people are still there, and during the week people are always there, and I just noticed like passing by, I was listening to some ragas, and I was just kind of like thinking like, wow, like people really just like don't know what to do with their lives, like, and that is something I noticed from like just seeing all the people in front of the club there, and then I kept driving down, and then I saw like so much like homelessness and like suffering there too. So then I was just like in my head I would just see like these two different things, and it's like they both to me have the commonality of both like not knowing what to do, with their lives. So I guess the question is like, why is it that in this like age of Kali Yuga that like we're in, like people don't know what they're doing, and like how you're saying like the best way to wake up your friend is not by like telling them to go away from the tiger, but to help wake them up too, and like what's a good way to go about doing that maybe.
Waking people up?
Yeah, and bringing them and telling them about like the glories of Krishna, and maybe guiding them a little bit more in the direction towards knowing what to do with their lives.
Okay, so his first question is his parents are challenging his vegetarianism. Why not eat sardines since technically they don't have a nervous system. Okay, so life, any embodiment that goes through 6 changes has a soul. Nervous system or not nervous system, they go through these 6 changes. You can study them if you like. Birth, sardines are born. They grow. They sustain for some time. They reproduce. It may be a baby sardine, it may be a baby human, it may be a baby peach, but they all reproduce. And then getting old, dwindling, and dying. Anything that's not alive, anything that's not a spirit soul, won't grow. It won't give off byproducts. Our Srila Prabhupada, clear? Edwin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Our Srila Prabhupada gave the example that if a baby is born dead, even if you put him in a golden incubator, he's not going to grow. Anything that does those 6 changes has a spirit soul. Some may be built without a nervous system, but they have some other system. They have teeth, they eat, they swallow other fish. So, because we haven't given anybody life, we don't have the right to take anyone's life. But then someone may ask, well, trees also go through these 6 stages. Plants do. So why is it okay that you vegetarians eat vegetables? So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, because he owns everything, as we just quoted from the Isopanishad. So that's my property. Anyone who eats food after first offering it for sacrifice, I free him from all sins. I've created this system where, I've created the whole world. Why did I create the whole world? Out of compassion, out of love. Because I've given all creatures, all of my sons and daughters, independence. Because without independence, there's no love. You better come here or else. Like one government leader is telling another government leader from another country, you better do this or else. I'm going to send my troops to your country and so on and so forth. That does not invoke love. If you like, you can come. So we're having this Sunday program. You're welcome to come. That's probably what they said to you yesterday. So having the option, you thought, sure, my heart's telling me why not try it out. So he created independence. The nature of independence is that you can use it or misuse it. So when we were created, we had the choice that we could look up towards God and immediately go there to Krishna, or we can look towards the illusory energy. Illusory because really there's nothing but Krishna. So there's something, there's a substance, and then there's the shadow of the substance. It has no substance. Krishna says to his first son, Brahma, that, how do you start that? What is the English?
Everything emanates from
The 4 nutshell verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Where did Haridas go?
creation of this cosmic manifestation,
before the creation of this cosmic manifestation, only I existed. Neither was there the material nature, the cause of creation. Whatever you see now, it's only me. Just like if you have a watch, if you put the watch in a mirror, it looks just like a watch practically, doesn't it? If you put a watch in water, it's a little ripply, but it sort of looks like a watch. And if you put a watch in front of ice, it's not going to look that much like a watch. Some little thing, but not much. So similarly, everything is Krishna, but some aspects of this world make it obvious, like this temple, and some obscure it, like the clubs. Here, forget all your miseries. Okay, so why did I mention? Oh, whatever you see, next verse. Whatever you see that appears to be not me, know that as it has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears in the darkness. Okay, you got darkness and then you got a reflection in the darkness. So, why did I mention that? This is a test. Why did I mention independence?
Krishna's love.
Yes. Why did Krishna create this world? Loving, love, and compassion. Because we all turned to him and we were captured by that illusory energy, we're now transmigrating through various species. And we are being kicked by 3 modes of nature. Goodness mixed with passion and ignorance, passion mixed with ignorance and plain ignorance. Then we're suffering 3-fold miseries. Miseries of the body, miseries, I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I'm in the middle of the street, I'm in the middle of a park. There's no bathroom here and I have to go to the bathroom. So miseries of the body, miseries of the mind. How dare they say that to me? So my mind is troubled. Keep thinking about it. Can't get it off my mind for years. And miseries caused by other living entities, like a mean boss, or like I just heard from one of our students. She's a student at FIU, and she just told me that they passed in the land of the free and the home of the brave. They just passed. You won't believe this. They passed a law that any international students, not from America, after they graduate, they can't get a job because they're not from America. Can you imagine? I don't even know why I said that. Miseries of other living entities. And miseries caused by nature. It's too hot, it's too cold, it's too rainy. I remember when we lived in Hollywood, we had these tents, like, I don't know which entrance you came in from, but if you came in from that entrance, there's a really beautiful tent. So when we had a temple in Hollywood, we also had a tent. And one of the 2 years that we were there, it was so rainy and so windy that the tent flew up into a telephone pole. And all the benches, they are rolling over. So misery is caused by material nature. So that's what we chose, because that's the illusory energy. So Krishna created this world in order to teach us by different means, by Shastra and Shastra. Shastra is scripture. Be a vegetarian, for example, the scripture might say. Krishna says in the Gita, I was back there, anyone who eats food that's first offered for sacrifice, I free him from all sins. But anyone who eats food including vegetables, without first offering to me in sacrifice, like a child says to his father, the father is at the dinner table with the kids, and the son says to the father, "Here, Dad, you take some first." So does the father need the food? No, he made the food and he gave the child the food. But because the child is offering to the father first, it gives them some increased relationship of love. So Krishna said, whoever does that, I relieve him of all past sins. Whoever eats food without first offering them for sacrifice verily eats only sin, because they're stealing the property of the Lord. And they're completely forgetting him and their relationship with him. So by Shastra, here's the rules and regulations. Always think of me, worship me, become my devotee. Thus you'll come to me. I promise you this because you're my very dear friend. And then the other thing besides Shastra is Shastra. Shastra is, if you don't follow the law, what happens? You go to jail, you get fined, $2,500 fine if you smoke in an unsmoking area. So he's created that system so that gradually we can elevate ourselves. Like nobody told you that you have to read the Upanishads, but because of your previous life's good activities, you became inclined. Or somebody else said, that's not true, science is true. So different people are on different levels. So that was your first question. Then second question is, how do we help the drunkards, winos, druggists, drug addicts, and the plain old poor people who are doing the same things under the bridge? It's just not so fancy. Okay, well, we don't do material charity. We do supersonic spiritual charity. That means we go under the bridge and wherever the other homeless are congregating, and we give them food. But we don't give them ordinary food. We give them spiritual food, like you'll all be getting at lunchtime, called prasadam, which means mercy. And anyone who eats this food, he advances in devotion to the Lord. What else we do is we want to, as you said, the people in the nightclubs don't know who they are, why they're here. All they know is, I'm miserable, let me forget it by drinking. And then I get a hangover, which is another misery. And then I smoke to get rid of that so I can be free from the anxiety. And then I take a pill because I got a stomach ache from that. And that gave me another reaction. I mean, it's not ending. There's no end. Then why did I say that? Then you're all dredging your memory, right? To find out what I said. Because we keep changing bodies. In this body, and then at the end of life we change to other bodies according to our mentality at the time of death. But even within this body, Prabhupada said, if I ask you to tell me what I said 3 minutes ago, you'll have to dredge your memory. Why? Because we keep changing bodies. And then the final change, where we take another birth, we totally forget. So, how to help them? So we give books to educate, but not just to educate in computer science or something like that, but who I am, why I'm suffering, what I'm doing here, how to get out, how to be unlimitedly happy without condition. And then we also have the kirtan. And the same benefits come from reading the books, or even more, by the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Well, it depends. Could be more, could be the same. Just by chanting these 3 words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. Hare means the energy of God, the potency of God, which makes him have the power he has. And I forgot. Krishna means the reservoir of all pleasure, of all truth, he who attracts by giving bliss. And then Rama, which is another name for Krishna, which means the highest eternal pleasure. So it's just 3 words organized into 16 words, which the Svatara Upanishad says that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalo nastyeva, 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 gatir anyata. In this age of Kali, or the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, there's no other means than chanting the holy name of the Lord. And then we also give association of devotees, because people become what they associate with. Like if you associate with a drunkard, then there's the tendency. Or a heroin addict. If you go and have a good friend who's a heroin addict, come on, just one time, then just try it, and then forget it. So does that answer your question? That's how. Give books, give kirtan, give prasadam, give the art. So they can see what God looks like. That he's not some weak old man with a beard who needs to sit on a cloud and have these little angels carrying him because he doesn't have the strength. Yes.
I have 3 questions.
But speak very loud.
You talked about suffering. Should I do like what he did with telling them? Right. Talk about suffering, but why is it that when we come to a sadhu, they tell us, hey, you're suffering, but before then, we don't tend to realize it. So why is that? Second question, you talked in Isha Upanishad about how we can live for hundreds of years without the karma by only accepting what's allotted to us by the Lord. So how do we know what's allotted to us by the Lord, or if I'm going out of my bounds? Third question, today Madhavi Didi sang beautifully the
So
Damodar
beautifully, that was
Ashtakam.
so beautiful, Madhavi.
This tune she sang was given to us by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Gurudev came and gave us a different tune, so what's the difference and why do we sing that one or the other?
All right, so because I changed my body from your first question, can you please remind me?
You're talking about suffering. When we come in...
When we come in contact with a sadhu or a saintly person, he tells us you're suffering. So before that, I might not have known that I was suffering. Like a person who's drunk, he's thinking that he's happy. A person who's on heroin, he's thinking that he's happy, but then when he comes down, he goes mad, and he'll rob a bank to get the money to get more of it. Because we forget. That's the nature of illusion. That we forget that we're suffering. Our Srila Prabhupada gave the example of a man who's in the hospital, and he has his legs up in a cast. He has to be fed intravenously by a needle, and he has to use a bedpan. And then his friends come to visit him in the hospital, and they say, "How are you?" And he says, "I'm all right." So Prabhupada said, what is that all right? So it's the nature to forget. And if we can't forget on our own, then we have so many things to help us forget. Like sex life helps us forget for a moment. And then drugs and alcohol help us forget. Like that. Yes.
How about gratefulness?
Gratefulness?
Grateful.
What about it?
To help us forget sorrow.
Gratefulness is good when it relates to the Lord. I'm so grateful that Krishna has given me this human form of life. I could have had any other, and then I wouldn't have had the opportunity to get closer to him. Unless, of course, you're one of the lizards in our backyard and you're hearing the holy name. So grateful is excellent. In fact, it's a very, very important part of Krishna consciousness to appreciate what he's given us. He's given us life. Like, without God's love, without Krishna's love, we wouldn't even exist. Huh? Okay, I'll go back to gratefulness just for a second, because that was a good point. You can't even imagine not existing. So our existence is given by him. Opportunities for reaching him is given by him. Our breath is given by him. And then joy. Joy is also given by him. However, that joy is limited. It's temporary. Like, for example, I was at the beach about 55 years ago. I was at the beach with my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. It was the Atlantic Ocean, but way up north in New Jersey. And there were some skin divers, and also they were riding on these. What are they riding on? Those? It's like a skateboard, but. Huh? Skinboard, surfing board. So they were riding on that over the waves. Huh?
Belly board.
Yeah, and they were thinking that they were enjoying. So Prabhupada said, at any moment, there can be a big wave, and then they're finished. Then he gave the example of sweet rice. You've never had sweet rice, but you have to have sweet rice. I don't know if we have it today for the feast. But sweet rice is called paramana, which means the supreme food, especially when it comes out of the refrigerator. It's rice mixed with milk, and yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah. So, but if that sweet rice is mixed with sand, then you can't really taste the sweet rice. So this material world, being a reflection of the spiritual world, where the joy is unending, ever increasing. Imagine, it's already unlimited and it's increasing. But here, because it's a reflection, it's temporary and it's mixed with fear. Well, what if it's over? What if that person leaves? What if I get the joy out of a beloved? What if she leaves me and goes with another man? I just got a big money. But what if somebody steals it? There's always a but. It's a nice day, but it will end. It's a nice day, but it will rain. It's a nice day, but I will die. But in the spiritual world, there's no buts. So joy, yes, grateful for the joy that God has given me, but without him, it's not real joy. Does that make sense?
I know in the Upanishad, I forgot the story and the exact details of it, but I remember when it was the son and the father, and the son would go off and come back, and he thought Brahman was mind.
What's mind?
He thought Brahman was mind, and then he would go off and come back, and his father would tell him to go and come back, and at the end,
Yeah.
he realized that Brahman was joy.
Oh, I don't know what translation you got.
Yeah, well, it's in the Upanishad.
I know, but the Upanishads
I
have
apologize.
good translations and bad translations. So the Upanishads that we read, the Father is Lord Brahma. He's the first created being in the universe, and he created everybody else. And then there's Indra. Indra is a demigod, and then there was, I forget who the other person was. But the thing is, first he came and he said, I want knowledge of who I am. He said, come back and do we have that on folio? It's Gurudev tells it about Brahma and then Indra and another demigod. Huh? We have that. We have that history, and so then he does something. He said, first, come back after 25 years of living in austerity in my ashram. Then Indra and the other one, the other one was not a devotee. And so he said, now look in the mirror and tell me who you are. He said, I'm this body.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that particular story.
Okay.
But the one I was talking about was not that one. It was another one. And that one there, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's fine.
It had to do with when the gods and the devils, they both went to learn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the same. And you have it?
Yeah.
Wow, we have it.
The story of Indra and Virochana.
Virochana is one of the demon leaders. Where does it start? Chandogya Upanishad narrates the history of Indra and Virochana, by which this fundamental principle of the soul can easily be understood. Millions of years ago, at the beginning of the Golden Age, Satya Yuga, the entire universe was divided into two camps, the demigods and the demons. The head of the demon party was King Virochana, and the leader of the demigods was Indra. They rivaled for the attainment of unparalleled happiness and enjoyment, thus bearing envy and spite towards each other. They approached the Father of the universe, Lord Brahma, and asked him how they could fulfill their desires. Lord Brahma said, one can easily attain the enjoyment available in all the worlds and can satisfy one's every desire when one knows the soul. The soul is free from sin, old age, death, lamentation, hunger, and desire, and his every endeavor and resolve is truthful and just. With the aim of realizing the soul, both Indra and Virochana resided with Brahma and practiced celibacy for 32 years. They then prayed to Brahma to tell them about the soul. Brahma said, that person you are now seeing with your eyes is the soul, and he is fearless and immortal. It was a test. They inquired further, is the soul that person or the self seen in water or in a mirror? Lord Brahma told them to look into separate clay pots filled with water, and then he asked them, what do you see? Upon seeing their reflections in the water, they said, O Lord, we see the whole soul just as it is, from the hair on his head down to his toenails. Brahma then asked them to cut their nails and hair, clean themselves, and decorate themselves with ornaments. He again requested them to look into the clay pots. Now what do you see? We see that the two persons in the reflections have also been cleaned and decorated in very beautiful clothes and ornaments, just as we have, and they resemble us perfectly. Then Lord Brahma said, This is the soul, and he is fearless and immortal. Hearing this, Indra and Varochana departed with satisfied hearts. Upon reaching the abode of the demons, Varochana, who now understood the body to be the soul, and the object of worship and service is the body, he declared, O demons, he who worships his body as the soul attains this world as well as the upper planets. All his desires are fulfilled, and he attains full enjoyment. Indra, however, deliberated upon Brahma's words on his journey home, because he's more pious. This body takes birth. It dies. It undergoes transformations, and is subject to disease and so forth. How then can this body be the immortal soul who is without birth, death, grief, and fear? Although halfway home, Indra now returned to Lord Brahma and expressed his doubt. Brahma had Indra live in his celibacy for another 32 years, and then said to him, that person who is understood to be the I within a dream is the soul. Like when you dream, that's your soul. And he is fearless and immortal. So hearing this, Brahma left with a peaceful heart. But upon his journey home, he began again to reflect. When somebody's awake, his body may be blind. Yet in a dream, his body is not blind. Someone's body may be diseased, yet in a dream that person may remain free from disease. But suppose that within a dream, the person identified as the self is beaten or killed. He still fears, because he's beaten or killed in the dream, but the one in the bed isn't. And he cries, but upon awakening, that quote-unquote self, that one in the dream, ceases to exist. Thus, the form seen in a dream cannot in fact be the soul. Thinking like this, Indra returned to Lord Brahma. After having him practice celibacy for another 32 years, Lord Brahma instructed him as follows. The soul lies in a state of deep sleep, which is devoid of any capacity to perceive or even to experience dreaming. As before, Indra began to contemplate Brahma's words on his way home. But as before, he thought, in the condition of deep sleep, there is no understanding of who one is, nor is anyone else being perceived. Right? There's like nothing. It's like merging into nothingness. This condition is therefore a type of annihilation. Thinking in this way, he returned to Brahma. You know, today it's funny. I was asking Madhavi and Vasanti, what should I talk about today? I want to tell a story, but I don't know which story to tell. There are so many. So thank you. So anyway, let's see what happens. Thinking in this way, Indra returned to Lord Brahma once again. This time, after 5 years of celibacy, Brahma instructed him. Indra, the physical body, which is naturally subject to death, is only the abode of the soul. You know, the room that he's in. The soul is connected to the body, just as a horse or bull remains harnessed to a cart. In reality, it is the person who has desires, such as I shall look, who is the soul. For this task, there are senses like the eyes, still part of my house. He who desires, I shall speak, is the soul. And for the act of speaking, there is the tongue. He who wills, I shall hear, is the soul. And for the act of hearing, there are ears. He who desires to think is the soul, and the mind carries out the act of thinking. From this true history, it is clear that the soul has 3 abodes. Just as a peanut has 3 elements, the shell, the skin, and the nut itself. So what are the soul's abodes? The gross body, consisting of 5 mundane elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Then there's the subtle body that also encages me, the mind, intelligence, and false ego, which possess a semblance of consciousness. The pure body, and the third is the pure body of the soul. This pure spiritual body is composed of 3 spiritual potencies, Sat, Chit, and Ananda, or eternity, bliss, and unfathomable knowledge. Yeah, so each of these bodies has its own separate function, or dharma. Both the gross and subtle bodies are impermanent, and thus their respective functions are also temporary. The soul, however, is eternal and everlasting. This is the established doctrine in India's ancient scriptures, the Vedas, Vedantas, Upanishads, and Puranas. Therefore, the function of the soul is indeed its eternal function, or everlasting religion, and that we've yet to experience. That is real joy when we experience that. It is also called Vedic Dharma. Dharma means from the root dhar, which means that which cannot be taken from its substance. Like, what is the dharma of water? Liquidity. What's the dharma of fire? Heat and light. Right. So the dharma of the soul, the Vedic dharma, is that he's an eternal, ever happy, with unlimited knowledge, servant, part and parcel of Krishna. Just like my bodily parts are part and parcel of my whole body, so they're made of the same thing. God, or Krishna, is made of eternity, bliss, and knowledge, and we, as infinitesimal parts of him, are made of the same substance. Like whatever my body is made of, pus, blood, stool, and urine, my finger is too. But on the absolute platform, like him, we're also made of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. And the goal of life, the purpose of life, is to realize that. Realize our own nature and realize our relationship with God and realize the qualities of God, the nature of God. Thanks for bringing that up. That was great. All right, what's happening with the offering? Oh, sorry. We're up to number 2.
Well, the second one, about Isha Upanishad, how we know what's ours.
Oh, yes. The first verse of Isha Upanishad, can you get that? In English? English. Or Sanskrit too. Ishavashamidam sarvam yatkincha jagat yang jagat tena jagtena bunjita magridaha kashasvidhanam. Everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is owned and controlled by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. Let's see. It's so full of knowledge. So punished. Okay. So I need enough to maintain body and soul together. Otherwise, I'll get sick and die. So that tells me that how much I need to maintain body and soul together. If I buy all kinds of candy bars and sodas, do I need that to maintain body and soul together? No. So that's over my budget of what I need. I can, like one of the ex-gurus in our ISKCON movement, he thought that he needed to have golden bathrooms, but he didn't. And so he fell down from his position. Like that. Does that help? Okay. I can have 20 pairs of clothes. I've seen ladies with like 20 pairs of shoes. Every color, every shape. It's not necessary. That's overboard.
And
What?
Damodaraj to come too.
First, Sid has a question.
Huh?
Sid has a
Okay. Can I leave you and come back? Yes. Prashita Siddhanta.
So my question is some life advice. I've been struggling dealing with a breakup recently, and essentially the reason is I acted in ways I'm not proud of. I accumulated negative karma, and it came back to bite me.
Good.
In the woman that I love choosing to leave me. So I'm looking for the most productive path forward in terms of how can I fix my karma, and is the best path forward to attempt to mend things or to move forward in a different way?
Well, so Sid is asking, because I did things that I'm not proud of, I lost the woman I love. She left me. And I know, especially he's from India, so he learned a lot of things that we Americans didn't learn. He said, I know that's my karma, because as you sow, so shall you reap. I did wrong things to her, and so I got it back in the form of her leaving me. So what do I need to do to fix up my karma? Or do I just keep going in the path that I'm going on, like not really knowing what's righteous and what's not? Or is there some way to fix myself up so that I can have a happy future? So I think that's been the subject of the discussion. So very glad that you brought that up in the end. Yes, we want to be free from all bad karma. But even good karma is temporary, because if I make my choice of happiness to be in the material world, then I'll have to do things that bring me bad karma. Like I'm walking to a friend's house to enjoy a TV show of football. That's for my personal sense gratification. So on my way, I'm stepping on ants, I'm stepping on lizards. So I'm accumulating, unintentional as it may be, I'm accumulating bad karma. So if I do good things, like I give in charity, what kind of charity am I giving to? Like Sister Teresa, she's extremely famous in the world for feeding poor people. But what did she feed them? She fed them meat. And so they're going to have to get a lot of bad karma for that. So the world is I'm going to give two comparisons. The world is a tar baby, and the world is quicksand. Every step you take, you just get more and more entangled. So the way out is to engage in bhakti. There's a verse in the Brahma Samhita, Bhakti Bhajan, Kamadi Nirdahati Kintu Cha Bhakti Bhajan. Everyone is in a quicksand or a tar baby, but one who does bhajan of me, one who chants my name, who hears my glories, who speaks my glories, I take away all karmic reactions from many, many births. Does that help? Okay. Then whatever you do, it has no reaction. It just has elevation. Okay, I forgot your name.
Vidhi.
Vidhi, right. How could I have forgotten that?
Just wanted to add one thing. Can you please explain the 3 types of karma in detail? It's more connected to that, I guess.
I don't know them.
Like karma, vikarma, karma type.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so there's 3 words that have the word karma in it. Karma, vikarma, and akarma. This is explained in the Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita. Karma means you're just going on as you sow, so shall you reap. Or you may go to a heavenly planet. But then when that good karma of doing activities that bring you to a heavenly planet in your next life is used up, because the results of karma are temporary, then all the bad things that you did, you come back to earth and you could become one of those plants, one of those little things that shoot up between the cement sidewalk things. Huh? Yeah, a weed. Could be a weed, could be a clover or whatever. Or the ones climbing up the brick buildings in New York. New York?
I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Right, right.
Cold. What is that? Cold.
It's cold.
Very cold.
Right.
I moved there from here to Miami, Florida.
Good.
A lot more better weather.
Yeah. Better weather, but there's always a but. Until we worship the Lord, then we are free, which is the purpose of our creation. Anyway, so that's karma. And then there's vikarma, which is bad karma. You do very sinful acts, like open a slaughterhouse, to be exaggerated. And then there's akarma, which is what we're talking about in terms of not having any reaction. But whatever you do for Krishna, you just get elevated, more and more pure, more and more free, more and more inner joy. And that was it, right? Akarma, vikarma,
Yeah.
karma. Then there's sukarma and sukriti. This is explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Bindu. Sukarma is good karma, where you can become rich, famous. Why is somebody famous? It's because of his karma. Somebody could be more talented, but not so famous. So you get wealth, prosperity. You can go to higher planets and live for thousands of years. If you're a girl, you can smell like a lotus flower up there. So that's sukarma, which is also temporary. And then sukriti are things that you do that you're not aware of, or you are aware of, to get to Krishna. Like pure bhakti is simply for the satisfaction of the Lord. Sukriti means I'm doing something, like I'm coming to the temple, I'm taking prasadam, because I've heard it's good for me, I know it's good for me. I don't really have any affection, but I'm doing it. Or I don't know that I'm doing it. Like I buy a book, I gave the money, maybe I should just look into it. I bought a Krishna book. So, and sukriti is things that you do knowingly or not knowingly, so that you can come to bhakti, can come to pure bhakti. Is that helpful? Okay.
Who's Bhakti? Who is that?
Bhakti?
I'm new to this, so like this is my second.
You are?
Yeah.
You look so familiar. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the one who met her. At the yeah, the car wash.
So who is that? Who's Bhakti?
Okay. Well, Bhakti is a what and a who. A what, you can say what's Bhakti, and you can say who's Bhakti. So Bhakti as a what is devotion to Krishna. Bhakti as a who is that there's a goddess of devotion, and she helps us to come closer and closer to Krishna or God. Yeah, now I remember you really well. We stood right there, right?
Yeah, we stood right there. We met you like 3 weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah. Now I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. She invited me. She gets all the
So I invite all the devotees to call people. Yes. Any other? Otherwise, what's your third question? Did we do the second?
Yes.
Okay, third.
The Damodarashtakam tune.
Oh, yeah. So we learned a tune from Prabhupada. Back in those days, Namami Svaram Sachit Anandarupam. Then we learned another tune from Srila Gurudev. Namami Svaram Sachit Anandarupam. And I sing both. I love both tunes. And, it's like what? When you're in Rome, do as the Romans. When you're in Gurudev Sangha, over there in India or whatever. And here we have Prabhupada and Gurudev, so we sing both. And there are a lot of different tunes for different songs. Like, what was that? Gopal Pada Goswami? No. One of the Goswamis, he used to sing Srimad Bhagavatam in 5 tunes. Who? Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do what we've been speaking about, which is we're going to do the Hare Krishna Mantra Kirtan. So whatever you put, you've heard this before, whatever you put into it, that's what you get out of it. If you really try to focus and pray that let this come into me, let me get this, then we'll get more than if we space out, thinking of this, that. Okay, so let's start. Who's leading? Who? Oh, Chaitanya Shakti. And if you feel like it, another part of chanting, Edwin, another part of chanting is dancing. So that engages all of our senses in the service of the Lord. So when we clap and sing and dance, that's like if you're clapping in front of a tree, then all the birds fly away. If you're clapping in front of chanting, then all the past miseries and sins fly away. Okay. Good book. Our eternal nature. This is Sid's second time too.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Jai.
Shri Rajmandal Parikama Ki Jai, Manavandam Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Sacred Vedic Arts Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai, Samagata Bhaktavinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bo. So, Jai, thank you all so much for coming to Sunday program at Sacred Vedic Arts. We will have lunch now, prepared so beautifully with love by Sudevi and Hamangani. Bimala! Woo! So we'll take lunch outside in our garden, Radharani's garden. And they've already visited the gift shop. And where'd Sid go? Sid's here? And what's his name? Carlos? Carlos has books? Oh, he got books? Okay. Well, if anyone, actually, Diwali's tomorrow. Very, very nice time to give gifts. So if you want to get any books and posters, we can, we're donation-based, and donation supports giving these books to libraries and prison libraries and supporting the center. So you can get your gifts in the gift shop. And we have a big week Tomorrow's Diwali. Wednesday is Govardhan Puja, Anakut, 6 in the evening. And then next Saturday is Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day. It's a big day with morning program starting bhajans at 10. And then, Friday night Kirtan. Fridays at 6:30 to 8:30, we have our chanting. We chant the mantra 2 hours. It's wild dancing, and it's really fun. Very uplifting. I think that's it. Any other? Tomorrow evening, we'll offer lamps, and we'll speak about the significance of Diwali. Yeah. Pardon? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll speak. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Jai. Haribo.